हेलो गुड इवनिंग टू ऑल। आज हम द एज ऑफ चौसर के बारे में सीखेंगे। एज ऑफ चौसर। एज ऑफ चौसर is dated from 1340 to 1400. Because in 1340 he was born and in 1400 he was died. Okay. The age covers the reigns of three English monarchs: Edward III, Richard II, and Henry IV. It was medieval period in the history of England. This was a period of glaring social contrasts and rapid political changes. In the words of W.H. Hudson, Edward's reign marks the highest development of medieval civilization in England. It was also the midsummer of English chivalry. The spirit of his court was that of romantic idealism, which fills Chaucer's own Crecy and Poitiers, as written in the Chronicles of Forestart. Reads more like a brilliant novel than a piece of sober history. Okay. And next, the major writers and their works of Chaucer's age. First, King James of Scotland. King James first. King James first of Scotland. The King's Choir, his first work was the King's Choir. King's Choir. Okay. The next, published to the play. Published to the play. The third one is Christ's Kirk on the Green. 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 The second writer is John Lydgate. He wrote Halls of Princess. Second one is The Temple of Glass. The Temple of Glass. Third one is Story of Thebes. Story of Thebes. Fourth one is London Lycpenny. London Lycpenny. London Lycpenny. These are the two writers of Chaucer age. Third writer is Sir Thomas Mallory. Sir Thomas Mallory. Sir Thomas Mallory. He wrote Morte the Arthur. Morte the Arthur. He wrote Morte the Arthur. Fourth is Sir Thomas More. Sir Thomas More. His first work is Utopia. Utopia. In English version. In English version. And fifth writer is Total. He wrote Miss Lency. Miss Lency. Miss Lency. Miss Lency. Miss Lency. Miss Lency. Okay. Sixth writer is William Tyndall. William Tyndall. He wrote New Testament. New Testament. Now we will know about Geoffrey Chaucer. Geoffrey Chaucer. His first work is the Book of the Duchess. The Book of the Duchess. The Book of the Duchess. The Romaunt of the Rose. The Romaunt of the Rose. The Romaunt of the Rose. Romaunt. Romaunt of the Rose. The House of Fame. Third one is the House of Fame. Fourth one is Troilus Cressida. Troilus Cressida. Troilus Cressida. And fifth one is Canterbury Tales. Canterbury Tales. Canterbury Tales. And sixth one is Legend of Good Women. The Legend of Good Women. And seventh one is the Parliament of Fowls. The Parliament of Fowls. Okay. And now we have to read about William Langland. Its writer is William Langland. His first work Pierce the plowman. Pierce the plowman. Plowman, yeah, plowman. Okay. The treatise on the astrolabe. The treatise, second one is treatise on the astrolabe. The treatise on the astrolabe. And ninth writer is John Gower. John Gower. His first work is Confessio Amantis Vox Clementis. Confessio Amantis Vox Clementis. And second is Speculum Meditantis. Speculum Meditantis. And tenth writer was Wycliffe. He wrote the Bible. Sir John Mandeville. 11th writer was Sir John Mandeville. He wrote the Travels of Sir Mandeville. The Travels of Sir John Mandeville. Okay, these are some writers. Next one is Thomas Occleve. Occleve. He wrote The Governal of Princes. The Governal of Princes. The Governal of Princes. His second work was Occleve's Complaint. Occleve's Complaint. La Mala. Her name is La Mala. And fourth one is The Complaint of Our Lady. The Complaint of Our Lady. And 13th writer was William Dunbar. Okay, he wrote The Thistle and the Roach. the crystal and the rose. And second work of him is Dance of the Seven Deadly Sins. Dance of the Seven Deadly Sins. Now, 14th writer was Roger Ascham. Roger Ascham. He wrote the Schoolmaster. The Schoolmaster. Now, 15th work writer is Nicholas Udall. He wrote Wester. Now, 16th writer of Chaucer age, John Haywood. John Haywood wrote four pieces. Four pieces. Thomas Sackville, the Thomas Norton. Thomas Sackville and Thomas Norton. Thomas Sackville and Thomas Norton wrote Gorboduc. John Estelle. 18th writer was John Estelle. His first work was Gammer Gurton's Needle. Gammer Gurton's Needle. Gammer Gurton's Needle. And 19th writer was John Barber. He wrote Bruce. And 20th writer was Sir David Lindesay. He wrote The Dream and Melodrama and States. Robert Henryson. 21. Robert Henryson. He wrote Moral Fables of Aesop. Moral Fablis. Of Aesop. Second work of his, The Testament of Cressid. The Testament of Cressid. And third work of his, Orpheus and Eurydice. Orpheus and Eurydice. And 22nd writer was Gavin Douglas. The Palace of Honor. He wrote The Palace of Honor. 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 The Palace of Honor. King Heart. Second is King Heart. And third one is Conscience. Conscience.